The Black Lives Matter social movement is a mission dedicated to combating systemic racism and unjust violence from the hands of those who have sworn to protect and serve. This expressive slogan or emphatic statement is a rallying cry for those in every society to recognize the validity and value of Black lives and its worth and placement with white lives and the disparity that exists between the two. Black people are more likely to be killed by police in the U.S. than white people. So it is not to deem that Black lives are more important than any other, but for us to begin to aggressively work toward addressing the denied rights and freedoms that still inherently exist within our country. In 2013, the Black Lives Matter movement was founded by co-founded by Patrice Cullors, Alicia Garza, and Opal Tometi, and it originated with the hashtag Black Lives Matter on social media following the acquittal of George Zimmerman in the 2012 shooting death of 17-year-old unarmed African-American teen Trayvon Martin. Trayvon was observed by Zimmerman walking in his neighborhood, and Zimmerman, who was a neighborhood watch volunteer, called the police because he thought that Trayvon looked suspicious. And although he was told by police to do nothing, he followed Trayvon. An argument ensued, and he shot and killed him. Zimmerman was acquitted in 2013, and this sparked nationwide protests held in cities across the U.S. because of Zimmerman's acquittal. The community tension swelled because of the notion that the American criminal justice system is not only flawed, but more inherently biased against African American people of color, particularly Black men. The Black Lives Matter movement was broadened in 2014 with the deaths of Eric Garner and Michael Brown, both Black unarmed men who were killed by the hands of police. Eric Garner died from a prohibited chokehold by a New York police officer, which was captured on video, whose last words, "I can't breathe," became a corn cry for the Black Lives Matter movement. Brown's killing by white police officer was the catalyst for the Ferguson riots and protests that began in Ferguson, Missouri, and spread throughout the United States. Other notable deaths by police officers or while in police custody are to include Frederick Gray, Walter Scott, Sandra Bland, Philando Castile, Laquan McDonald, Tamir Rice, and Alton Sterling. I certainly can't fail to mention the deaths of Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and George Floyd, whose bystanders' video of a white Minneapolis police officer's knee on Floyd's neck for over 9 minutes caused his death, which was circulated around the globe. These tragic events brought national and international awareness to the racial disparities and the unjust disproportionate treatment that is prevalent in Black communities. Because of this, the Black Lives Matter movement advanced and caused support and work in police departments, making them more transparent and causing them to be more accountable in their policing policies, as well as address and having conversations addressing criminal justice issues and projects for reform. It also mandated the use of body-worn cameras and brought about a ban on chokeholds. It also led to advocacy for increased funding for social services and community-based agendas to rectify the lack of beneficial educational and economic programs within Black communities. The Black Lives Matter movement also called for federal oversight in those cities whose policing practices have statistically shown unfair treatment and racial mismanagement. There was an article in the sentencingproject.org on November 2nd 2023, that reported on racial disparities in policing and crime. And the research that was attained reads as thus: Black Americans are disproportionately killed by police compared to their representation in the population. Black people are twice as likely as white people to be shot and killed by police officers. Research shows that black individuals are overrepresented in police-involved deaths. Here is a diagram for homicide victimization rate per 100,000 residents. At the bottom from 1981 to 2020, and you'll find here at the bottom the Asian, white, and Latinos, a little further American Indians, and the trend for blacks. The statistics prove that black Americans were 9.3 times as likely as whites to be homicide victims in 2020. So what can we do? We have much work to do, and how can we assist the Black Lives Movement where we are in this injustice and this fight against racism? The issue of racism is one that may never be eradicated, and one doesn't have to be of African American descent nor be born black to empathize or join in solidarity in efforts that would help prevent or help promote change or forward progress. What we can do as a nation full of diverse cultures and different experiences is to aggressively work to dismantle systems and ideologies of old that help fuel these acts of injustice and inequality. Change starts in our communities, and change starts within. Ways to participate in this movement can be rallying in civic activism, joining nonviolent protests, assisting with support, both monetary and through volunteerism, or simply speaking up and intervening when situations arise that perpetuate this division and injustice. I encourage you to join the cry. Black Lives Matter. Let your voice be heard.